Princess Zara stood at the edge of her palace balcony, watching the twin suns set over her homeworld of Kithara. Her 4 arms hung loosely at her sides, but only 2 of them moved properly. The other 2 had been damaged in a shuttle accident when she was young, leaving them weak and nearly useless. In her society, physical perfection was everything. A disabled royal was considered unfit to rule and certainly unfit to mate. The Kitharans were tall, elegant beings with smooth purple skin and large golden eyes. Their 4 arms were a source of great pride, allowing them to perform complex tasks and rituals that defined their culture. But Zara was different. She was broken in their eyes. Her father, King Nexus, had tried for years to find her a suitable mate among the noble families. Every potential suitor had politely declined after meeting her. Some were more direct in their rejection, stating that they could not produce strong offspring with someone so flawed. The words still stung even after hearing them so many times. 3 months ago, everything changed when the humans arrived. Their ship had been damaged in a meteor storm, and they requested permission to land for repairs. The Kitharans had never encountered humans before, and there was much curiosity about these strange 2-armed beings from a distant world called Earth. Captain Lisa Morgan led the human delegation. She was a strong woman with short brown hair and kind blue eyes. Unlike the Kitharans, she showed no disgust or pity when meeting Zara. Instead, she treated the princess with the same respect she showed to any other royal. The humans were fascinating to Zara. They had only 2 arms, which her people might consider a disability, yet they had accomplished incredible things. They had traveled between stars, built massive cities, and created art that moved the soul. They proved that physical limitations did not define worth. As days passed, Zara spent more time with the human crew. They shared stories of their worlds, their cultures, and their dreams. She learned that humans valued courage, kindness, and intelligence above physical perfection. It was a revolutionary concept for someone who had been told her entire life that she was less than others. Lieutenant Amy Collins was particularly kind to Zara. She was a young engineer with red hair and freckles, always ready with a smile and an encouraging word. Amy never seemed to notice Zara's disabled arms, instead focusing on her sharp mind and gentle heart. One evening, as Zara was walking through the palace gardens, she encountered Dr. Kevin Hayes, the ship's medical officer. He was a quiet man with gray hair and gentle hands. He had been studying Kitharan biology to better understand their hosts. Kevin approached her carefully, as he always did. He had noticed how others treated the princess and wanted to be respectful. "Your Highness," he said with a slight bow, "I hope I am not intruding. I was admiring your gardens. They are beautiful." "You may stay," Zara replied. "I enjoy the company. Most of my people avoid me when possible." They walked together in comfortable silence for a while. Kevin seemed different from the other humans. He was older, more thoughtful, and carried himself with quiet dignity. "May I ask you something?" Kevin said eventually. "It is about your arms." Zara tensed. Here it comes, she thought. Another person who would focus on her disability. "I have studied your people's medical records," Kevin continued. "Your condition could be treated. Human medicine has advanced techniques that might help restore function to your damaged limbs." Zara stopped walking. "What do you mean?" "Neural pathway reconstruction. We have procedures that can rebuild damaged nerve connections. It would not be easy and success is not guaranteed, but there is hope." For the first time in years, Zara felt something she had almost forgotten. Possibility. Over the following weeks, Kevin worked with Zara and the Kitharan medical team to develop a treatment plan. The procedures would be risky and painful, but they offered a chance at a normal life. As they worked together, something unexpected happened. Zara found herself drawn to this quiet human doctor. He saw her not as a broken princess, but as a person worthy of help and respect. His dedication to healing others, regardless of species or status, moved her deeply. Kevin, for his part, was amazed by Zara's strength and intelligence. Despite years of rejection and pain, she had maintained her compassion and dignity. She was fluent in 7 languages, well-versed in galactic politics, and possessed a keen understanding of her people's needs. The medical procedures began 3 weeks later. The first surgery was successful, restoring some feeling to Zara's left secondary arm. The second surgery improved mobility in her right secondary arm. Each operation brought new hope, but also brought Zara and Kevin closer together. During her recovery, they talked for hours about their worlds, their dreams, and their fears. Zara learned about Kevin's work on Earth, how he had dedicated his life to helping others after losing his wife to a rare disease. Kevin learned about Zara's struggles with her disability and her desire to be worthy of her people's respect. "You were always worthy," Kevin told her one evening as they sat in her private chambers. "Your people simply could not see it." "But you can," Zara said softly. "Yes," Kevin replied. "I see a brilliant, compassionate leader who happens to have faced challenges that made her stronger, not weaker." It was then that Zara realized she had fallen in love with this human doctor. But she knew it was impossible. He would return to Earth when his mission was complete, and she would remain on Kithara to fulfill her royal duties. The final surgery was scheduled for the following week. If successful, Zara would have full use of all 4 arms for the first time since childhood. The entire planet watched with interest as the outcome would determine her fitness to rule. 2 days before the surgery, Kevin came to her chambers with a serious expression. "There is something I must tell you," he said. "The surgery will be successful. I am confident of that. But I have a different question to ask." Zara's heart pounded. "What is it?" Kevin took her good hand in both of his. "Will you mate with me?" The words hung in the air like a challenge to the universe itself. A human asking to mate with the disabled alien princess that no one wanted. "But I am not of your species," Zara stammered. "Our biology is different. It may not even be possible." "Our medical teams have been studying this," Kevin replied. "With some genetic assistance, it is possible. But that is not why I ask. I ask because I love you, Zara. I love your mind, your heart, your strength. I love who you are, not what you look like or how many arms work properly." Tears flowed from Zara's golden eyes. No one had ever said such words to her. "My people will never accept it," she whispered. "Then we will change their minds," Kevin said firmly. "Together." The surgery was performed the next day, with Kevin assisting the Kytheran surgical team. When Zara awoke, all 4 of her arms moved freely for the first time in decades. The crowd outside the medical center erupted in celebration, but Zara's thoughts were not on her restored arms. They were on the human doctor who had given her so much more than physical healing. He had given her hope, love, and the courage to be herself. King Nexus was overjoyed by his daughter's recovery. Noble families who had previously rejected her began sending requests for meetings. But Zara had already made her choice. At the celebration feast 3 days later, Zara stood before the assembled nobles and announced her decision. "I will mate with Dr. Kevin Hayes of Earth," she declared. "He has proven that love sees beyond physical limitations and that true strength comes from the heart." The announcement caused an uproar. Many nobles protested that she should mate within their species, but others, particularly the younger generation, saw the wisdom in her choice. Captain Morgan supported the decision completely. "Dr. Hayes is a good man," she told the Kytheran Council. "He will make Princess Zara happy, and together they will bridge our 2 worlds." The mating ceremony took place under the twin suns of Kithara, with representatives from both species in attendance. It was the first interspecies royal mating in galactic history. As Zara and Kevin exchanged vows using both Kytheran and human traditions, the princess reflected on how much her life had changed. She had gone from being the unwanted disabled princess to being the beloved mate of a man who saw her true worth. The ceremony concluded with Kevin speaking to the assembled crowd. "Today we prove that love knows no boundaries," he said. "That differences in appearance or ability do not determine worth. Princess Zara is the strongest person I have ever known, and I am honored to be her mate." The crowd erupted in applause, and even the nobles who had opposed the union seemed moved by his words. Years later, Zara and Kevin would rule Kithara together, introducing new medical techniques that helped many disabled Kitharans live fuller lives. They would have children who carried the best traits of both species, and their love story would inspire countless others across the galaxy. But on that day, as they stood together under the twin suns, they were simply 2 beings who had found perfect love in an imperfect universe. The human had asked the question that changed everything. "Will you mate with me?" And the princess had found her answer in his gentle eyes and loving heart.